Hi everyone, this is Tim Young with Elevate Software, and this is an Elevate Web Builder 2 tutorial video. Elevate Web Builder 2 is a rapid application development environment that allows you to create beautiful, full-featured web applications that run in any modern browser. In this video, I'll be showing you how to use the new icon font support in Elevate Web Builder 2.04. Traditionally, web applications have used raster images for any type of icon in an application. The benefits of using raster images include ease of creation, abundance of tooling for creating and editing them, and long-standing browser support. However, raster images have one major problem. They do not scale well. Resizing a raster image to make it smaller or larger can result in, depending upon the amount of resizing, a significant loss of clarity, resulting in icons that are blurry instead of what we want, sharp, crisp icons that clearly communicate their meaning to the user. Vector images, on the other hand, do not suffer from scaling problems because instead of just being a series of pixels, they are comprised of path descriptors and other information that tell the host application how to draw the image. The two most widely supported ways of using vector images as icons in a browser application are the SVG, or Scalable Vector Graphics format, and icon fonts. The SVG file format is extremely full-featured, but because it is textual and based upon XML, the size of SVG files can be prohibitively large, and that can be a problem when trying to keep the size of the application at a minimum. Icon fonts, on the other hand, are binary, very compact, and can act as a container for many icons at once. This makes them ideal for bundling a set of icons in your application. So, having covered the basics, let's get started. The first thing to learn when dealing with icons in an Elevate Web Builder application is how to open and customize the icon library that ships with Elevate Web Builder. The icon library for any application is called T-Icon Library and is a special control interface that contains the icons for the application. This control interface is special because, in contrast to the normal control interfaces, the states of the control interface aren't really states, but rather individual named icons. The icons were implemented in this way in order to allow for more decorative options with icons, including backgrounds, borders, and other types of interface properties that are available for other UI elements. You can find the option for opening the icon library on the Library menu in the IDE. A quick note about the Open Icon Library option. The actual icon library that is opened is dependent upon the active project and whether there exists a customized version of the icon library in one of the active project's search paths. If there are no customized icon libraries in the search paths for the active project, then the default icon library that ships with Elevate Web Builder will be opened. Since we don't have a customized icon library for the active project, the icon library that is opened is the default icon library that ships with Elevate Web Builder. Let's save the icon library in a project-specific directory so that we can customize it for a new project. Okay, now that we've got a custom version of the icon library in our project-specific directory, we can go ahead and actually add a new icon. To do so, we'll click on the New State toolbar button in the Control Interface Editor. I'll call the new icon Heart because I plan on adding a heart icon. We'll go ahead and make a copy of the person icon. Just a quick note here. When dealing with font icons, it really doesn't matter which icon you copy in terms of the icon element's dimensions. This is because font icons are always resizable by changing the size of the font. Okay, so now we've got a new heart icon. As you can see, there are two UI elements that make up every icon. An icon element for raster icons and icon backgrounds, and a font icon element for font icons. The font icon element should always be the child element of the icon element. Now, let's actually select a new icon symbol for our new icon. To do this, we'll click on the font icon element if it isn't already selected, and then double click on the content property for the font icon element. As you can see, you can specify a font icon symbol by clicking on the symbol radio button and then specifying the symbol via its decimal Unicode code point, its hexadecimal Unicode code point, or by using the symbol browser dialog to interactively select the font icon symbol. We'll go ahead and use the symbol browser because we're not sure what the code point is for the heart icon. Now we can just select the heart icon and click on the OK button. We don't really need to change the color of the heart icon here because we can change it in the T icon control that we'll be using to display it. But let's do so anyways so you can see how the default color of the font icon is set in the icon library. To change the default color, we'll double click on the font property and then set the color property from Elevate Blue to Elevate Red. We're now done adding the new heart icon to the icon library for our project, so we'll go ahead and save the icon library. Okay, now we're ready to create a new project to use the new icon that we just created. We'll click on the New Project quick menu link on the Welcome page. We'll go ahead and choose the Visual Project with Form Support option. And we'll use the default tform form class as the basis for the main form of the project. Let's go ahead and save our empty project right away in the directory that we previously created. Now we'll also close and reopen the project so that it picks up the customized icon library that we saved in the project directory. The default behavior for Elevate Web Builder is to use any customized interfaces found in the project's search paths. This behavior can be customized in the environment options. Now we can go ahead and drop a T icon control on the main form. And then position it so that it's in the center of the form. And do the same for the form itself. And finally, we'll go ahead and select the heart icon in the T icon control. And there we have our heart icon in our application. Now I'll show you how easy it is to use icons for more complex animations by adding some animations to our heart icon in order to make it beat. But first, some initial housekeeping. Let's make sure that the current height and width is 60 pixels. And the font icon auto size property is set to true. The font icon auto size property will ensure that the heart icon always sizes to fill the entire area of the T icon control. Okay, in order to make the heart beat, we'll need to animate its height and width equally. But because the heart is centered, we'll also have to add complementing left and top animations so that the heart stays centered while it beats. In order to make the heartbeat look realistic, we'll be using a back ease in out animation for the top left height and width. And finally, we'll go ahead and add a toggle for the animations using the onAnimationsComplete event handler. I've written the code in advance in order to save time. What we're doing here is waiting until all of the animations have been run and then toggling the size. The begin update and update method calls are used to make sure that we render all of the position and size changes at the same time. Remember, we have told the layout manager to position the icon control in the center of the main form, so changing its size will change its top and left properties also. Okay, let's go ahead and run the application and see what happens. And there's our beating heart. So that's how you use the icon font support in Elevate Web Builder 2.04. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. A link to a zip file containing the source code for this tutorial can be found in the description below the video. As always, please feel free to contact us at any time with any questions or comments you may have. And thank you very much for your time.